I wonder why Jesus. What's up, internets? Welcome to Movie
Holy
Night.
fuck! I'm coming!
Okay, this week
Dude.
we've been away for a bit. We had a backlog of edits. I'm gonna put this one out first. You might see it past us. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We watched the least problematic movie yet. Finally, just a peaceful, calm movie. We watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty from 2013, which I did not know was directed by the Ben Stiller himself. So, if it's your first time here, checking it out, what we do is we take a breather in the madness and try to focus in on a film like a couple times a month. If you're interested in focusing in on things and thinking critically, we want you to stop by and give your opinions. So, next movie, Raza's picking. What's up, internets? Long time, no talk. It's been a while. Can I get you a coffee or something? But either way, I wanted to come in and remind you that we ain't going nowhere. You like what you see here? You're going to see more videos. Just sometimes we have gaps in between as we solve both our creative identity online and keep that money coming in to pay them bills. You know what I mean? So, next, we have Lords of Dogtown. We do have a bit of a backlog of episodes, so you may catch some others in between then. But either way, I hope you enjoy what's coming up next, and thank you for sticking around for all of our videos. Right now, Panda is going to give you a spoiler-free summary of the film, and if you like it, then you could go check it out, come back, listen to the rest of our thoughts. All right, you know the deal. I'm getting out of here. Panda, what do you got for us?
All right. Ethan Hunt and his IMF team must track down a dangerous weapon before it falls into the wrong hands. Tom Cruise stars in... Oh, wait a second, wrong movie.
We have jokes here, guys.
So yeah, for the last 4 weeks, I've had it in my head. I took one of those basic-ass IMDb descriptions of The Secret Life of Walter Mitty from 2013, directed and starring Ben Stiller, and I formatted it into this. The manager of a negative asset sector of Life magazine, Walter Mitty, has been working for 16 years for the magazine and has a tedious life, not going anywhere but to and from work. He is an escapist, daydreaming into fantasy world many times a day. It doesn't even seem grammatically correct, but all right. Thank you, IMDb. The magazine is preparing to release its last printed edition with changed management. Downsizing is inevitable. Walter has been the liaison between the magazine and the mysterious independent photographer Sean O'Connell, who has sent him a package of negatives and a wallet as a gift for their work together over the years. Sean has also suggested to the senior management to use negative 25 for the cover of the last edition. However, Walter cannot find the missing negative. Walter has no means of contact with Sean, and after finding a clue, will lead him on an unbelievable adventure. Hopefully that came out okay-ish.
I think the reading came through. I have problems with the spoileriness of it, but it was the IMDb one. So I'm like, there's a lot of, why do you need...
This movie doesn't really have that. I feel like it's not a movie that spoiler doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, it's like, there's no like, oh, you have to, like the ending isn't really like a ending that is like like an ending that ruins the whole movie. But sorry to jump in.
No, I would
I'm
agree
rude.
with that. No, that was good chat. And I actually, because my mom's been quiet this whole time. My mom's been dragging on about how she's seen this far too many times. With spoiler free, without saying specifics. What makes this so melancholy for you?
Well, I've watched this movie multiple times and fell asleep watching it. That's what I said.
Shame, Bailey, for shame.
I'm sorry.
As
maybe
far
I
as
projected a bit. Maybe I took that as boring. I will accept that.
I mean, I don't know. This movie it was okay. I don't know really what to say. It was definitely a melancholy movie because nothing super terrible happened, I guess, and nothing like super fantastic happened.
Okay.
That's how I feel. I know Cody's
Yeah.
gonna disagree, but I can see him shaking his
That's a good
head.
teaser. That's a good teaser for as we're in the spoiler-free part, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Panda, do you have something to say about why you picked this film for us before we slide on over?
Well, finding a movie that's not too depressing and not too joyful, which are the parameters that Wine Mom has given me. I thought it had been a while since I had seen this movie. I remember watching it years after it had come out, and I was like, holy shit, like, visually it's stunning. I really like a fish out of water tale. And yeah, like, I love Ben Stiller. I know that there are some tonal issues in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
which we can talk about, but as like a midlife crisis tied to like what is the meaning of life, it's a good bond of that. And again, I like movies that don't just take place in America. And yeah, so it's adventurous and there's some meaning in there, and like life is actually pretty great sometimes.
Yeah, Bailey, you hear that? Life is pretty great at times.
Bro, I'm
Oh,
feeling
doom and
pretty good
gloom.
about life right now. You got me
Yeah,
picked as the
good.
wrong man.
Make it
I'm
last
growing.
longer than 30 days. How about a freaking year?
Yo, it will. I'm living. I'm better living right now, fam. All right, come on, get at me,
That's,
get at me,
I will
Mr.
get at
Basement
you
Dweller.
in
Look
the
at me.
next year.
I got a closet that changes colors, fam. Fuck with me.
All right.
All right, okay. It's a good time to cut the commercial. So,
That's a weird threat. All right. All right.
so Banda gave an excellent synopsis. I want to remind you, you could stop here, go watch the thing, and then we're gonna give our spoiler-filled thoughts. This is where you tune out. And Raza, in order for me to make the cuts in the movie magic, I need you to sing a verse from your favorite Adele song.
Hello. Look at me. Wait, no. That's
No,
that's
it's
somebody else.
hello, it's me. Oh man.
I'm thinking of somebody else. Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie.
What a mix
Is
up.
it me
Wow,
you're
it's a-
looking for?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's up, internets? Nice to see you again. Quickest ad ever. We do be on the TikTok. We're doing pretty okay on it. Me and Raza, we got a summer break coming up, so there may be a small delay in our content posting. But otherwise, I'm aiming to be making videos on there every gosh darn day. So you're liking how our content approach is on YouTube or on the audio version of this podcast? Don't be afraid to check us out on The Talks with the exact same name. We can find a whole eclectic variety similar to what you see in here. Appreciate you. See you soon. Bye. Okay. All right.
Damn.
Holy
And we're
fuck.
back.
I'm coming.
God damn.
I didn't do it. He did.
That's horrible. Stop.
I love it, but
No,
we're
it's
back.
gross.
We're back. Hopefully, if you're enjoying your time, you watch the entire film. If not, you can lie about it. We're not going to tell the teacher, but Wine Mom may snitch on you in the future with using it as blackmail. So, what I'm curious about more
What?
so is I feel like Raza has the most intermediary feelings about this. So, I do feel I'm putting you on the spot if I get Raza to give his thoughts first.
Aw.
I care about your feelings or something, pal.
Aw. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a good movie. It's fine. There's nothing really big that happens in it, but I think it's the themes. It's just like just living for the moment and stuff, and like being stoked on things, being hyped up for like new things too, because he found a purpose. Purpose is to find that image or whatever, and and he also finds himself along the way. It's got that kind of cliche but also wholesome messaging where it's like your purpose. You're gonna be before you find your purpose. You gotta be something. You gotta do something. You gotta be yourself. So I think it's a good little feel good movie. So how I mentioned
how'd
it
you like
earlier.
how it looked? Because you're an action boy, and they would cut in all these action little sequences. Was that a good little?
I thought that was yeah. It just like because those things are cut because when he zones out. So I think because I think the pacing change, as Panda will probably bring up later on, is intentional. Because when he zones out, he's thinking of something else, and then the pace gets all kerfuffled, and then when he comes back and it becomes a normal movie again. But I did like the whole simplicity of it. Is just yeah, like how he goes from becoming I forget his job now, like the at Life magazine.
Negative asset
worked,
manager. I thought that was witty writing. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
They make him a negative asset manager, and it's about a happiness movie. It was like that's an adorable little writer. I like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good well way to put it. And then like then he switches it around. I thought that was sort of cool about how it sort of changed. Like the movie sort of like became different at the end. He did all of these things, and you forgot what type of. I forgot it was it presented itself to be kind of different initially, and then it just changed halfway through, and then he became like because the movie's growing with him. But yeah, I did like chiseled. I mean, there's something awful about strong Ben Stiller. Something weird about that when he's trying to be strong. Like I can't put my thumb on it, but yeah, it's a good it's a good movie.
Yeah, Bold Benny can get weird. Like once he's in his like third act of the film and he's got the salt and pepper going on, he's trying to look all like hyper masculine and sexy. It's like
the weirdest thing ever.
I support this vision for yourself, but I don't.
It's like
I don't know
Zoolander.
how I feel about it. Yeah.
But not as weird as Adam Scott's beard in this.
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought
dog.
that was not real.
Oh
Was
my
that
god.
real?
That man put on way too much of the coloring.
I have no idea. It's probably not real.
They dyed it at least. That shit did not match his hair, fam. That was a different tone than his hair.
Yeah.
It was stressing me out. It was really stressing me out. I was like, the least they could do is match his beard to his hair. Like,
yeah, and this was when Adam Scott was in those type of roles, and then later on he became an actor himself. Shout out to Severance. But yeah.
shout out to Ben for putting people on.
Right.
It's always been the.
I mean, no,
his
well,
thing.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you open
And then
doors.
Step Brothers, and then
Okay, touche. All right.
C. Bailey, get dunked on. This is my house. Raise the roof, as the cool kids say.
What did you think about the journaling-y parts? Did you relate to the character of Walter?
No,
at all?
not at all. Not at all. I was like, because it was like, again, this is a happy-go-lucky movie, and I didn't even know Harmony has a yearly.
Back then
like,
they did. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! And like, it's so weird because this movie's a time capsule. Because the whole eHarmony and then Patton Oswalt is and I knew who that was. The first phone call, I was like, "That's fucking Patton Oswalt. Fuck you guys."
Patton Oswalt probably makes the world's largest residual checks ever. He's had supporting roles in like every film since the '90s. It feels like, and then he was on King of Queens, so that's a syndicated show. He's in Ratatouille. He's getting Disney money. This guy's just getting money from every corner of the field, and then still doing comedy. It's like you're coasting through life. But
His stand-up is also good too.
I agree. I do agree. But derailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying to Wine Mom, it's also like, I mean, it's with all due respect, because I realize a lot of people are like, it's why he's supposed to be a powerful character. He's relatable to a lot of people, the way that they're not present and not living in the moment. But I'm like, I really ain't want to be no Walter Mitty. I'm very happy. I'm living a very bebe and eccentric life. Like I ain't don't if I'm a Walter Mitty, like catch me, shake me, and tell me to go on a trip or do something. Like
Yeah.
I was just thinking that the whole time of like, oh, I'm grateful that I don't find this character relatable to myself. But
Yeah.
I see how it can be for people.
No, I agree.
Yeah. But
Wine Mom?
The movie was alright. I don't know. I didn't. I feel like it definitely was. I don't know if melancholy is the right word, but I feel like it was indifferent for me. I didn't feel like super excited about anything. I didn't feel like super not excited about things, I guess. I don't know. There was a couple parts that I really liked. Like, I would say this movie cinematically is very good. There's lots to see as far as like the travels and stuff that happen. Like, I really enjoyed that part. But I felt like this movie was really long and not in a good way.
really?
Yeah, I felt like it just kept dragging and dragging and dragging and dragging. Especially like most of the part where he was looking for Sean Connery, I just felt like we were dragging. I don't know, like, it
Not
was...
Sean Connery.
Wait, what's his name? Sean Penn?
Sean Penn, yeah.
There we go. I don't know
I
why
like
I
the
said
second
Sean Connery.
one.
Anyway, Sean Penn. My point is, when the whole like travel to see him, I felt like it was so drawn out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was also telling, I can't remember who I was telling this to, but I was complaining about it earlier today at work, that I felt like the love interest, I didn't like her at all. That character sucked. There was nothing about it that was like exciting or fun. Like, it was just very dull and boring. And I'm sure that was probably the point of the movie, whatever, but it's just like, I did not like her character at
I
all.
think I'm with you on that one.
See, I think that's
Like, her hair looked horrible, her outfit looked horrible, like, they did her dirty. I'm serious. That wig? Please. Please.
Her wig. Oh, her big black hair wig.
No, the wig that she wore through the whole fucking movie, the brown hair.
The
I'm pretty
red
sure it was
hair.
her actual hair, but it was horrible.
Kristen Wiig that's Kristen Wiig, right?
And
Yeah.
that was 2013. That was a 2013 hairstyle. That's what I was thinking watching it. I was kind of thinking.
I hated
I was
it.
like this. For a
She's
Hollywood
also, like-
film, I appreciated that it wasn't just another fucking blonde girl,
Yeah.
especially for the era.
I mean, that's
what I thought I
wonderful.
liked about it.
That's wonderful. I didn't enjoy her.
She was kind of yeah. No, she.
I
Yeah,
think-
she was kind
And
of
like she's actually a good actress and she's funny.
Mhm.
And this was just like so flat and so boring from her. I just
Yeah.
hated it.
I liked her in Anchorman 2 more than this,
Yeah.
Well,
which is
course.
a stretch. Which is yeah.
I agree with Wine Mom actually, because I just finished rewatching The Skeleton Twins, which is a fantastic movie with Kristen Wiig, sorry, and Bill Hader, which maybe I'll suggest at some point, but it is kind of one of these middle ground, depressing, melancholy movies, but it's very serious, and to see those two comedians acting in it, like. Again, it always takes me back to the female Ghostbusters movie because they're all good actresses. It's just a terrible script of a terrible remake of a classic, right? Anyways, great actress, but her character is very dry. But I also feel like that lends to the whole finding himself and the letdown towards the end when he's like, oh, her husband's back. I'll just leave the skateboard here. And then you get a different ending, but still, it's kind of bad to say, but she is definitely a stepping stone for his growth. Which, in most cases, would be bad for a film, for like a male's character to like use a woman as a stepping stone, but in this dry ass world where really his mother is the only thing that kind of seems like, you know, be happy. I want to see you happy.
Yeah.
You know, everything else is so dry, so flat. Even his sister, who is a great actress too, but she's like so in her own world that she becomes annoying to us, you know? Anyways.
No, I agree with that, and I think if anything, it was like interestingly done because he like owned up to it and like explicitly in the film. And it was like, oh, I thought that was your husband. She was like, well, no, it's not. He's like, oh, yeah, that was me then. I was like, that's like, especially for 2013. I was like, that's surprisingly well-rounded. That it wasn't just like, oh, I was wrong. It was like, no, he realized that he had an internal issue there. It wasn't just like, oh, big punchline.
Well, what also like I like that it ends on like an open ending. Like, yeah, she does come, you know, talk to him, and I think he asks her out or whatever. But the whole like literally the start is eHarmony with him trying to connect with her. That's how he makes his connection with Patton Oswalt's character, right? And then that's also what pushes him to like, wait a second, I've never been anywhere. And then, you know, it helps the snowball roll and grow into something I do want to get into. But I still want to hear, Bailey, like, I know you already talked a little bit, but I want to hear more from you because I think I had you in mind when choosing this because it has the photography aspect, it has the skateboarding aspect, which is one of my favorite sequences in this movie. And most of it.
First of all, let's skateboarding is for degens, longboarding is for proper.
Okay.
And he did both. They did both. You got both.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Longboarding is the real one.
He did the hill ride and everything. They did that shit properly. But
and most of that was actually Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Most of it.
All right, Tom Cruise. Watch out, Ben Stiller's in the room.
Yeah. Benny Boy's here. I made Tropic Thunder. I'll blow you out of the water any day. My dad's famous too. Where's your dad, Tom?
The boy's dead. So
Sorry, that was rude. No disrespect. I like so overall. It was like very meh. I like kind of hated it, but kind of liked it. I guess I shouldn't say hated it. I just like it feels predictable, but it did really still keep me drawn in and interested. So I definitely can't say it's bad. I really enjoyed it. It's like that Office era color tones, like Office TV era. It's very like blue tones, muted and flat, and I liked the colors of it a lot. And I thought they did a really good, it was really tastefully done of like how traditionally Hollywood the shots were, but you still felt very personal with the Ben Stiller, like especially in the first third of the movie where he's like walking through all these corporate buildings, and they did a lot of panning shots with him, but there was like no camera shake. They had everything stabilized, but it still felt very personal. And it's really fucking hard to do that with those big fancy shots. So that's what my brain was going off. It was like, oh, they did this well, and I don't really get why. So I'm not educated enough for that one. But in terms of like my favorite shot and scene, I loved when he jumped in the helicopter. Like I thought her singing Major Tom was like a little cheese, but like just the way they framed it and the way he jumped in and they used the CGI, but him actually in a helicopter, it was like, this looks great. Benny Boy's acting was like, yeah, he was like scared but confused. I was like, that's some good face acting there, Ben. I like this face acting, Ben.
Jesus Christ! How high is a bar for you then?
Yo, it's hard. You gotta pretend you're jumping in a helicopter that's swooping about. I was like, I thought he did that pretty good. I was like, that's a tough one to pretend. That's a room full of green. What? What? Come on.
Evans can do it. So bad. No, kidding.
Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. It was good. No critiques. I love that the picture was in his wallet after all, but I could have called it. And like my main thing for perspective wise, this is also I see why Wine Mom would see it as drab because Wine Mom's already into like gems and crystals and the hippie side of life, right? So if you have any sort of like perspective into that, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, great, another like, oh, be present. This is what I already do with all my meditating and shit, right? And so I think to like a hyper liberal or like someone who's just like in their own little bubble and they exist on like Facebook chats and shit and they just get mad because Karen next door didn't mow her lawn, that's like they're gonna be like, wow,
I don't live in my own bubble.
you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So that's like, I think it's a matter of perspective. I very much was watching it with the objective perspective of like, I see how this could be like, a lot of people probably watch this and like, oh, this is my sisterhood of the traveling pants. But like, for me, I'm like, this is just the same old shit that any spiritual guru is going to tell you.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, it feels like a white person's eat, pray, love.
I mean, aren't they both?
Like, it's just like, well, yeah, but this is like because it instead of going to India, he goes to he goes to, was it Greenland or it goes one of the, Iceland.
Well,
It's one of the ones. One of the
Iceland,
two.
and then he had to go to Afghanistan.
No, the one at the end, the end.
oh, right.
Like where
Yeah.
you find Sean.
Where he finds
Connery.
Sean is in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Afghanistan. Okay,
He
so
went in
it's
through Yemen.
okay. So it is eat, pray, love, but it's also eat, pray, love for white people because he goes to one of the lands there, and then he goes, yeah. So it's essentially like a get help thing. You know what I mean? It's a therapeutic movie, as I said, it's a callback type thing. Not a callback, sorry. As like a movie that's supposed to make you feel not sad, just feels like there's purpose in things because there is, and that's the messaging that I did like about the movie. But you know, everything else is, I've seen this in other movies before.
Yeah, my favorite comedy bit that I'm probably gonna clip for the TikTok is the porpoises. When the fucking Dutch guy is yelling at him about the porpoises, and I was just
Yeah.
dying. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna steal that one. That's gonna be the
My favorite part was when Adam Scott was introduced for the first time, and he's just like, oh, cake man. It's like, I don't do cakes, and he's zones out, and then he's just like, hey, and the guys behind him like, yeah, he tends to do that a lot. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's what I did like. Like everybody, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I adore this movie, and it does make me feel like an old person. That like I wish I could have seen this in theaters. I would like if I had to make a list of movies that I'd like to see in 3D that weren't released in 3D. I would love to see this in 3D. I'd see it in IMAX. Like if they re-released it.
How would it work in 3D?
Are you kidding me? This movie is like legit made for 3D, but it wasn't released in 3D. If you look at the cinematography and the jumping and the sharks and the volcano, like there's so many 3D aspects.
Sure.
Anyways, I do love like the whole scavenger hunt, even if it is predictable. You know, I do like that. Even when he's on the trip and he like has lemon cake and he doesn't make the connection that it's his mom's.
Yeah.
Or sorry, it's
Tangerine cake.
tangerine cake. Yeah.
Clementine
Yeah.
cake.
Clementine cake. My
Come
bad.
on,
I was
boy.
close.
It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, okay.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the type of movie meant for me to be inspiring and like I've always felt like an outcast or I'm not doing enough with my life, so it does give me that live your life kind of happiness, you know.
It's like it's like a very inspiring type of movie,
Mhm.
you know. You put it on. Just you. I don't think it's a movie you want to like be critical about. You know what I mean? It's not a movie like you. Yeah, sorry, go. Okay.
No. Given going back to the tonal thing, is that some of the like cheesy comedy, and I'm not talking about those scenes that you were talking about, but I'm trying to think. I don't know. There were certain characters like his sister, for instance. Like wanting to audition for Grease, and she's cartoony. Adam Scott, a little cartoony. Like it's clear he's supposed to be the villain type. Given when they have like that physical fight, I
That's pretty
love
cool.
I
Yeah,
fucking love that,
that's
and
cool.
to have like a Stretch Armstrong, which might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but I had one as a kid, and it was huge in the '80s. So I imagine, you know, different generations and stuff, and can connect.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are tonal shifts, but I also personally tend to zone out. Not so much these days because I'm all like, I'm an adult, money rules everything, but the whole zoning out and imagining things, I connect with that, and I love the transition where how deep his imagination goes into real life is happening and insane things are happening, but they're believable,
Mhm.
like longboarding down this massive road in Greenland or Iceland, and a volcano's going off, and jumping into the water like an idiot from a
Yeah.
helicopter and landing on a shark,
Yeah.
or going up into the Alps? No, that's not in
Himalayas.
Afghan. Himalayas, right, right. I'm not even gonna make that joke anymore. Bigfoot's cousin. Um, don't eat yellow snow. Anyways,
Oh,
What?
the what are they called? The
Yeti.
the Yeti. Yes,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, yeah, the Sean Penn scene and how like wise he's supposed to be, and like the whole like sometimes I don't take the picture.
Yeah, as a
Yeah.
That
photographer, I'm just like, oh my god, this is so cringe. Like, this is like very cringe right
but
now.
also he's like 60, and but also like the literal level he's at, he should be taking that picture because it's like you could die here, you know. Um,
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's also like you set up all that camera work. Just tell fucking Ben Stiller, I'm just trying to look at this fucking thing. Just tell him from the beginning. Like, I don't know. It just seems like I'm gonna withhold this knowledge so I can fucking truth bomb you, bitch. That's what it feels like.
Spend all that money traveling and just stuff like that.
You
Yeah.
ready for this, man? I know you got. It took you a while to get here, fam. I've been holding on to this one ever since I
Yeah.
banged your
Dude,
mom. Sorry.
we're gonna, we're gonna do. We're gonna. I'm the world greatest photographer. What are we gonna do?
it's
No,
all
but the
good.
photographer doesn't have sex with Ben Stiller's mom in this
Oh,
movie.
I had 90%
That's clear.
chance. Definitely. Why was Sean visiting Ben's mom? No one talks about
Because
this.
they do.
The whole thing's about Ben's character is that he wanted to do this last photo intentionally for him, and you got to remember the whole lead up to the actual photo that's taken of Ben was Sean Penn's own journey, you know.
Okay, but we still don't know if they like went out to lunch or something.
Well,
After that.
I'm not discrediting.
Jesus Christ, Bailey. Two old people can just hang out with each other, not bang, alright?
I mean, usually we think the opposite, right? It's like you see two old people and you're like, they definitely don't bang.
Yeah, there's
Sean Penn,
like I thought
that guy fucks. Come on, come on, bro.
I thought innocently. I was just like, oh, he's just going to his grandmother or his mom's place and talking about how awesome his son is. But you're just like, no, he's fucking. He fucking. Yeah,
Possible.
great.
Okay, no,
Well,
sorry.
Great.
I'll stop making
Yeah.
the problematic jokes. All right. So, other than be a supportive duo towards Ben Stiller as mother and father figure who are non-romantically involved,
You're just making
feel
it
that
worse.
Sean Penn's character had payoff for how badass he was made to be. Like I was like, we met Sean Penn like looking through his cam. I was like, this was the lackluster.
But it's supposed to be, because even he is like, what are you doing here? Like, you weren't supposed to come all this way. Like, all you were supposed to do is like look at your wallet and maybe like open it up and be like, clever. He didn't intentionally send Ben Stiller on a change your life, but that's the universe, man.
That is the universe.
Yeah.
As the,
Hmm.
yeah. No, yeah, it's just like it's just I don't think the movie is about the payoff though. I don't it's like as I said earlier, I don't think it's like, oh, the spoilers. No, the spoilers are like I don't even think it's about the ending. It's about like the journey, right? Like the ending doesn't when I saw the ending, oh, that's cool, but like I felt more about the what he did along the way. And I don't think a payoff is necessary for this type of movie.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Coming in
about
with
being
hard
present.
facts.
So you get rewarded by being present rather than like.
Yeah. And we also get rewarded by watching this great movie.
And again, slightly woke. It's not like he got the woman. He just made her kid happy with a skateboard, and he was happy with that as well. And
Basically bought the happiness.
I, mm, I mean,
Love me. It's a longboard.
the longboard he traded. I
for
forget
the
what it
Stretch
is.
Armstrong.
Right. Yes. Which was, yeah. Again, like this whole movie has so many metaphors. It's like letting go of the past and
Oh,
like
yeah.
accepting that you don't know what the outcome is. And think of all the nice people and the risks he took that he met. And like, again, the helicopter pilot is a little cartoony, but he's happy that he jumped on that helicopter.
Because he's
happy.
drunk as shit.
I mean, Ben Stiller's happy, by the end of it.
Yeah.
Though, like, that's where I wish they kind of gave it to you near the end or in the last act of it, but I thought the little hints that were tasteful was like the skateboarding scene when he's showing the kid that he can kickflip and stuff. It's like, oh, it's showing that he already does have a bunch of interesting things. He's just taking himself for granted, but they only really did it that one time. But I thought that was still, I was like, okay, character writing wise, you should have given
when I
us more
saw
things.
Fair.
when I saw that scene about the people or the kid and Ben Stiller talking about skateboard, I was picturing Bailey was like I wish I had this relationship with my dad. Instead I got a divorce.
My dad bought me a BMX bike and said, come back to me in 2 weeks. If you can't do a wheelie, you're paying for it.
What an upbringing, dude. You fucking that sucked. So I assume you have to pay for it.
I didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Motherfucker can't do a wheelie. Get out of here. Get out of here. All your training for nothing, Bailey.
That's why I take out all my white boy aggression on you, honey.
That's phrasing. Phrasing on that one. Sorry, Wine Mom, do you feel like anything adding?
Honestly, I feel like I don't want to say too much because I did not get all the fuzzy feels from this movie at all. I feel like in a weird way, this movie. I feel like in a weird movie, a weird movie. In a weird way, this movie was more for like the guys of the group than for me because it also had this like superhero aspect to it that I didn't love. Yes, it did, Cody. It did, and it's just like the journey was all kind of dumb and like the thing that really upset me about it in the end when he finally meets Sean and he's like, did you even look in the wallet? The whole time I was like, Sean knows you so well and like actually cares who you are and then like put in this effort for this gift and you've been working with this guy for however many years and you know nothing about him, but yet you've seen all of his life in pictures and videos and stuff this whole time you've been doing this magazine. It's just that was kind of a letdown because it's like, oh, like everybody feel bad for Mitty because his life kind of sucks, but then whatever. But it's like, what about Sean? Okay, he's given up his whole life to make art, and he connects with this one little guy that he talks to mostly through mail, and the guy doesn't even know him.
I think we should pity the guy who's profiting the most off
Yes.
of this
Yes.
magazine.
Yes.
That is shutting down, by the way, and he doesn't
Yes.
even give a fuck.
Yes.
He's not taking the picture of the
Yes.
wolves.
Yes.
Really?
And he got to fuck Ben Stiller's
Yes.
mom.
Yes. Yes, because this man, nobody truly knew this man. He's just this character that's just like out there doing this thing, and nobody truly knew him.
Nobody, he doesn't
Because he was
want
so
to be
wrapped up in
known.
his. Oh my god, dude! But that's that's the point I'm trying to make. Out of everybody, the only person he had the real connection with was Mitty, and Mitty didn't even know him so much as to know that he should look in the wallet for the negative.
It's highly unprofessional.
No.
That's what he says to him too. It's like,
But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. It's like Cody. It's like this. If you and me owned a business or worked together in some sort of business way, I would 100% expect you to do something like Sean. But I would not fuck around like Mitty did. I would have figured it out. That's what I'm saying. It's like they were best friends and they should have known each other. He should have known that he would have put it in there. I'm just saying, if he was really buddies.
Sean Penn's character was kind of weird in that one. Not gonna lie, it was kind of weird.
Did you like Sean Penn? Did you think he was good, Wine Mom? Did you think he was like well-rounded?
I mean, I didn't think his role was fantastical either. But I did think his character was okay.
that is the point. It's that we're all just living regular lives. And this was the first time they met in
I gather
person.
that. I know.
Right.
I
So it's
gather
like
that.
you don't really know anyone. Just like we all look at Walter Mitty and he's a fucking loser.
No, but
then-
they're saying, but it's the one person, like, they have, out of everybody in Sean's life, Mitty is the only guy who actually knows anything about him. Like, actually knows anything about him, has, like, a true, genuine connection to him than anybody else in the movie. And he didn't even know to look in the wallet, is what I'm saying. Like, that I didn't like. I thought it was kind of shitty, because it showed that they were more disconnected, and it was kind of just, like, sad.
The opposite.
For Sean.
I think that Sean really knows Walter, but Walter doesn't really know Sean.
That's what I just said!
Right. But again,
That's why I'm saying it's sad, because
so what's the
nobody
purpose of the
knows
wallet?
him.
What's the purpose of visiting his mom? What's the purpose of...
What's in the box? What's in the box, Wine
Okay,
Mom?
there's no purpose to the whole movie was purposeless. I'm
Well,
just
the whole
saying.
thing has purpose, which is
Anyways,
life.
that's, like I said, this is your
No,
prerogative.
okay,
You
so
like
what
the
else?
movie,
The
I
next point,
don't.
Wine Mom. I support it. I see
No,
what
that's
you're
my
saying.
point, and
That
I've been
was your
talked
main upset about the
through.
film?
That was a big annoyance, yes,
Mhm.
because it just felt like we spent this whole time watching this guy and like feeling so sorry for him and his disassociation and all the things going on in his life and daydreaming or whatever the fuck, and we're like, oh, let's feel so bad for him, and then Sean, who thinks that him and Mitty are best friends, and Mitty just fucking doesn't even care. That's what I'm saying. And even when he meets him, they didn't even see, like, it wasn't even, like, happy. Like, Sean was happy to meet him, but Mitty was like, all right, dude, like, you're fucking with my job. What's the deal here? It's like, okay.
Because he hadn't learned to be present yet, and he was still thinking of the past when he saw him. That's why he was
I don't know.
being a
I think
little
the
whiny
best
bitch.
part of the whole movie is when Sean's like, look, and they're both looking and they see the little snow lynx or leopard or lion, whatever, walking around, and then he just stares and he just watches, and then he asks him some question about like taking the picture, and he's like, come on, let's go, and instead he plays soccer in the field. That was the best part of the whole movie, because he was like, I experienced it, and I like was present and I was in this moment, which I know is the whole point of the movie. Duh, we know this. It's irrelevant, because like that's the whole point of the movie. Yeah, but whatever. Who cares? I'm saying that's the best part of the whole movie. And I don't even think Walter even understood what was happening.
But do any of us? Put yourself in his shoes.
I did not like the movie. I'm sorry.
Okay,
can't-
that's
I just
fine. That's
it
fine.
didn't feel. I know what you're trying to say, Cody, but I didn't get that feeling, and that's why I'm saying I feel like this is more for the boys.
But if it was Julia Roberts, it would be
No,
completely
because the
different.
Sisterhood of the
than-
Traveling Pants did nothing for me either.
Oh, that don't
Which is
use
valid.
that. Don't use that as an example.
What? What's the example?
Why is that problematic?
No, but the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is about teenage girls that share a pair of jeans and have their own summer
Into their
experiences.
adulthood. They share them again in their adulthood. Oh, so this is so different from the movie we just fucking watched. Okay. I feel like it was like a bait for boys, feel good. Let's talk about the.
Group of
I had to
friends.
read that book in high school.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I
Sisterhood
never
of the
got.
Traveling Pants. That's
Yeah, it's really
hilarious.
weird. I just thought about it now because like I never got over the fact that they wore the same pants. Like I hope they washed that shit, passing it on, because that
Raza,
would
be
be kind
real.
of. That's what like. First of all, I don't want to share pants with my bros. But then again, I think that's like a gender thing. But I don't know. It's an interesting concept. Interesting concept of.
I'm
for a
just
book.
saying.
I'm not gonna lie.
You never share
I'm
pants
just
with your
saying-
bro on a Tuesday?
No, B. Sorry.
Pants swap?
I'm just
Why am I trying to
saying.
say something? Fuck.
I'm just saying. I felt like I didn't feel like the movie. Like, because I was sitting here when Cody was like, if I could see it in theater or IMAX or like 3D, and like he was so excited, and the whole time I'm listening to it, I was like, you couldn't even pay me to sit through that again in something like that. There's not even. I don't want any part of it. It does not need to be re-released or
Vaughn talking
redone.
it right
Like, I'm sorry.
Mrs.
now.
Sandman.
Love it.
Mrs. Sandman, who likes to fall asleep to this movie. Look, Bailey, even if
Sandman.
yeah, Mr.
Hello, I'm the Sand
Sandman-
Lady. Thank you very much.
I said Mrs. by the way.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, Bailey, even if I don't know, I haven't gathered if you completely liked or hated this movie, and it doesn't matter. But visually, do you not think it would be great for like the big screen for IMAX 3D?
If you're arguing
I think it
visually,
would. I
fine.
think visually, yes. I don't know if you're
But
gonna
if you're
get
saying as
enough
far as
people
the
wanting to
story?
go see it, though.
I know it would be me and like 50, 60-year-olds. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yes,
No.
because like the little scenes where he's daydreaming and he like blows out of the wall or he gets into the fight and jumps out, those are the times that you put it in because then it will help the surrealism. That I would see how that would work.
Wine Mom, have you seen the Born? Which one is it? I think it's the Born Supremacy. You've
The
seen
Born
the Born
Supremacy? I like the
Supremacy.
Born series.
I think it's Born Supremacy or Ultimatum. But when Ben Stiller went into his first zone out thingamajig, did you notice the jump he did was the same jump that Matt Damon did in one of the Bourne movies?
It was
where you go-
familiar, yes.
Yeah, I was just like, is this motherfucker? I'm referencing that.
Probably.
Most likely with the timing.
Yeah. So I thought the action sequences were kind of cool. I wouldn't say they would need to be on a big screen to like a 3D or whatever. Maybe if you could just take those parts and put them into a montage and be like,
Listen,
IMAX
I get it.
it.
You guys
boom.
think it's a sleep fest. I personally, this is-
Okay,
I saw it twice, by the way.
that's not fair to say.
this is an art house project with a massive budget.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10.
That had a massive budget?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
buddy,
this
that's a
is
lot
a
of money.
Hollywood movie.
2013, that much CGI, that's a lot. That was big bucks. Big bucks.
And it was
Time
good.
has
Sad.
changed so
And it was-
much. Holy
That's
shit.
sad.
Yeah.
And it was good CGI too, compared to if what you're looking at Marvel and DC's putting out.
Yeah, even right now.
Yeah, or if you're just consistently good, like Mission Impossible, then it doesn't even matter.
Anyways,
Just to clarify on that, the budget was $90 million.
Yeah.
And
wow, they should fucking get that money back.
well,
Did it's money back.
They
yeah,
doubled
it almost. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
So
See, this is that movie that like it only did good because it was released when it was released, and it's of that moment. I'm just saying.
I might have the winning
Maybe.
argument. I could be wrong, but So this was 2013, right?
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder came out before this, and Ben Stiller directed both. So I was gonna say,
Oh, yeah, 2008, wasn't it? Yeah, it was really, yeah, even,
yeah, 2008. Yeah,
yeah. Come on, Panda, that's fucking, you should
listen,
know this stuff.
dates,
This is
dates,
Panda knowledge.
dates. You got to give me like 5 to 10 years.
Fair
Sometimes it
enough.
depends.
Fair enough.
Again, we
Well,
haven't had a good comedy in like 10 years, in my opinion. So movie, specifically movie. If you want to go off on that path.
I don't like comedies, so it doesn't
You
matter.
don't like any comedy. No comedy. no
I like
funny
comedy
movies.
TVs,
I
comedy
have
TV
friends
series,
who are like that. That's not weird.
but comedy movies, no, that's just trying too hard.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like,
The
I
Office
hate
is
musicals.
hilarious.
Cody, have you ever heard me talk about a comedy that I like?
The Office.
It's a TV series, movie-wise.
I'm aware. Shining.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
You guys are so
Ooh.
stupid.
I saw one not too long ago, that I thought was actually pretty good. It's, I forget the name of it now, but it's about these kids, these three boys trying to.
Oh, Good Boys.
Good Boys, yes. I fucking, it was a very good movie.
Scenes, yes, but it's that generic, like, it's literally like Super Bad, just with underage children, you know?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
like
the
the scene where they go to the frat house and they're like, "Can you?" And it's like, "No, fuck you, no!" And they start beating up the kids. And he says, "Give me the drugs. Give me the drugs." It is kind of jokes, and like, and it's over to the entire thing is to kiss a girl. That's the entire thing.
You know what does look good? The Chinese comedy coming out. So Crazy Rich Asians isn't strictly a comedy, but that movie was good. And it's funny because, again, the Chinese are doing Hollywood comedies better than anyone right now for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's the lead in that.
She's also in Fresh Off the Boat. It's a
I'm
really
wrong.
good show.
I know I'm going a little too deep into this.
Constance Wu is
Ah,
the main
yes.
is the lead in a fresh no fucking what's the movie you're talking about? Fucking Crazy Rich Asian.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the daughter from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Stephanie Sue?
Not very sure. You're the specialist in names here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, Joyride, yes. I don't know if it's out yet already.
It's coming out like next month, I think, or this month.
I think it might be out already. Anyways, there's an opening scene which they have. That's a great
Is that Oppenheimer?
No,
Oh, no, that's the movie. Oops, never mind, never mind. That just clicked in. I thought that was what's his face, Cillian Murphy.
Anyways, I'm not going to quote Joyride because there's some things that a white person shouldn't be saying. That happens.
I feel like we're off track here now
With me.
too.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Well, I
Let me
think
take it away.
Panda, as the narrator here, as the lover of this film, do you feel you're satisfied on hearing all of our opinions? Do you have any more questions?
I'm glad that everyone enjoyed some aspect of this movie. I didn't expect you all to love it, right? Again, I'm sure we all appreciate like some sort of technical aspect of this movie or a scene or something, and I like Salt and Pepper Ben when he, has to work with whatever he has and uses his tie to tie some rocks to his hand and then goes longboarding, I like that. I want to be that. I want to be skinny and 50 going down a hill.
Pepper Ben.
No, but
we can make it happen. We can make a YouTube series out of it. Becoming Salt and Pepper Ben. The 60-day challenge. With
Fucking
LoveFailPanda.
Jesus Christ, Bailey.
What?
idea. Let's monetize it.
Just gonna sit there and eat Uncle Ben's rice, like.
Yeah,
All
so,
day,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll do the Ben Stiller diet, only eating foods owned by Ben, which means you can eat rice and ice cream.
Rice cream.
Again, hopefully you guys got some enjoyment. I'll say I'm proud of Wine Mom for actually finishing it and not falling asleep. So I'll say that much. I'm trying to say something positive. You know? And yeah, I guess the next part is gonna be buy it, watch it, or whatever.
Yes.
So
So, Panda, now it's your turn to give me a rendition of your favorite Aretha Franklin song.
ooh,
Jesus Christ.
oh my god, that is so hard.
Aretha Franklin?
You better think.
What's up, internets? Whether you're watching this in the future or on a timely basis, I just wanted to remind and thank everyone for the subscriptions, whether it's on the Twitch word or on the YouTube word. All the support does wonders for us getting our creative endeavors off the ground. So I wanted to say thank you for that and remind you that if you're listening to the audio version of this or you're listening on any one platform, don't be afraid to go and sub somewhere else, because that's literally the best form of support. We don't want to beg for money from all of y'all, so the least you can do is get that word of mouth running. But seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been a great journey, and we're excited to see where this leads. I myself, at least, am stoked for the possibility that we have in our future. So, thank you. See you soon. Bye. Do your chores.
Notice how he
We're
makes us
back.
dance look like monkeys?
You can refuse. I'm not forcing you.
Oh, we can? Oh,
Yes,
okay. I didn't know.
yes.
Didn't
That's right, it's
that
called
was not
healthy
made clear to me
communication.
at all.
Yes, it's made very. You have autonomy here, Raza. You can't say.
Oh, I
do not
do.
feel
Okay,
that.
I didn't know that. I did not. I under the very complex wording you put through. I did not know that it means my
What do you mean?
autonomy.
No, I will always respect you saying I do not want to do this unless it is cleaning my room and or giving me money on a monthly basis.
No.
No, sorry, you already booked in next week, Tuesday.
No.
You come in.
But-
So,
I booked you.
bitch. Okay, we're back. So we already gave a good little summary of what we're doing there. Panda's feelings, his mushy gushy stuff, and thank you for sharing such a film that is meaningful to you like that. So
Also, not to cut in, but I think none of you have actually fully seen this movie, right?
I did
So
not.
that was
What
a
do you
check on
mean?
my part.
Oh, okay. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
To
What was
get-
the question? I zoned out.
Before this. He means, have any of us watched it before he made us watch it? Like, fully watched it
have.
properly.
Oh, you
I
have?
have.
Oh,
Yeah, I see. I'm a plane.
I'll get there eventually.
I watch a lot of movies, Panda. I'm not like these two. I'm closer to you. I actually watch movies. I just marathon all the Mission Impossible movie
Listen,
last
Must
week.
be nice to have the time.
One day-
I took it off.
One day I'll choose a movie where we respect women, and you won't have seen it. You know.
Dab.
Oh my god, stop with the cringe.
So
Fortnite.
Right.
who's hitting the gritty? All right, why, Mom?
On my back while I do it too.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You're gonna go. I'm gonna put you first. You're gonna go first, and let me guess. You're gonna say six. Is it gonna start with an S? Is that gonna be your choice? Or are you gonna buy it, rent it, or skip it?
What is, oh, skip. Okay.
Honestly, I think you guys will find it weird that I'm gonna say this, but I would say rent it. Only because of the visuals. Literally only because of the visuals. Specifically when he's like traveling and you get to see a lot of like the like high points of cinematography. What do you call it when they're like up in the sky? The landscape.
Eagle
Anyways,
view. Eagle view.
Bird's eye
there we
view,
go.
yeah.
Bird's eye view.
Anyways, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to see those things.
No, okay, cool. Fuck yeah.
But that's it. I'm like you rent it, watch it the one time, get the visual experience, and you don't need to go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Does it
agree,
mean on the same
Raza?
boat, Raza?
Yeah. Okay, I say stream it. Fucking, because it's a one-time watch. I think there's nothing really. It's not that deep of a movie where you need to go back and be like, I want to revisit this because I need to get what he meant in this scene. Like, no, it's pretty much like explained to you throughout. Nice, Panda. Nice. That was a good catch. Yeah, just stream it or rent it, and then it's there you go.
Yeah.
Have your little.
I'm with you all on stream it / rent it, but I have the added benefit of maybe you can bump it up a category or prioritize rewatches. And no offense to the level of the film, but if you have kids that are like under 12 and you want them to not turn into assholes, then this is probably a good movie to show your kids.
Put on Toy Story. What do you?
What do you mean? There's a jerk in that movie.
Yeah.
Put out Toy Story 3 where they're all about to die and they're questioning their existence, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You want to traumatize your child? Watch Toy Story.
Yeah.
So that's my demeanor. I still give it the mid rating, but then if you've got kids, I'd be very much like, no, you should probably show your kid this movie, please. Thank
I
you.
mean, if you have Netflix, just pop it on then. There you go.
And as your avid movie collector, again, I would pay to see this. If I had known that this movie existed when it came out in theaters, I would have went to support it. I would see it in a theater. I would see it in 3D. I would see it in IMAX, and that is why I own it. And I will rewatch it at some point. I don't know when. I'm not like trying to make it out to be a masterpiece. I really enjoy this movie, and I think it's underseen. I won't say underrated, underseen. So,
Right.
if you haven't
Well,
seen it, consider it. If you like Ben Stiller,
There's better movies out there. I'm kidding.
I mean, as a director, he did do Tropic Thunder and The Cable Guy, and some others that I'm missing right now. But yeah,
Big boy. He's a big boy.
big boy Ben.
This
Big
was
boy
a
Ben.
big year for movies, eh? But that's okay. That's that. So you know what? What we do after this podcast is we hang out and we just chat about trending news, and you can also trending news, movies, whatever the hell we like, as well as you can shit on our opinions if you listen to this whole show. We hope you enjoyed it. Panda is a resident guest that comes in and guests on our network. You can find his little link tree in the bio. That's in every description of our video. Me and Raza, we make Marching into Madness, which is an eclectic creative network in which we spew our creations onto, and hopefully you enjoy the precipitations of these events. And we also try to make sure that Raza doesn't end his career at the same time. So, Raza, can you tell them which social media platforms we're on today? Good sir, good squire, my friend, mon frere.
My personal one or the
Either one you want, because it's both, all of them, 5 of them, 10 of them.
so our socials are TikTok on Marching to Madness.
Yeah.
All right. So our socials are on Marching into Madness. See, guys, when you watch my solo streams, I actually have it all in the layout, so I don't have to say this. Y'all can see it visually because Raza's got talent. Raza thinks about these things. No, but seriously, catch us on Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. Marching into Madness. We're on Facebook in case your grandma wants some of this young.
Raza's gonna start
action.
a Friends account.
Already did. I already have one post on it.
All right, Wine
But,
Mom.
yeah.
Say bye, Wine Mom. It's your job to close it out.
Goodbye.
Raza killed it. Oh, come on. Put some juice in
Okay,
it.
okay. The plans are shifting and it's a big deal, so you should be manifesting tonight. Goodbye.
Hey, all right, there we go.